night is upon us. Tonight, Creepy Daddy Michaels and Bubba's Bullies are facing off for the final. This is exciting stuff.
CDM and Bubba's are basically tied in every category except for Slash.
So X-Elite Gamer is now kind of fishing around. These survivors are having trouble actually getting gens done. Now, Freaky JT kind of running away a different direction, and she is able to juke just out of the way. Really well done there by Freaky JT. And all the gens popping now, getting an adrenaline here, and it looks like they're going to have Freaky JT coming off of the hook. We have one exit gate getting open. That's a really critical moment because now they can have a four-man escape. Going for the four-man, they are not afraid. But is that going to be their undoing? Was this a mistake on their part? A rejuvenated trip now, third hook. So if there was a time for them to leave, it would be now. Only one gate open so far. However, King Pleb Warrior now back in a chase with the nurse. The nurse catching up very swiftly, but he is going to make it to the exit gate. And that's probably going to spell the end for X-Elite Gamer. On their first game of the day, it's going to be really tough for them to come back from this.
And I know that there's only an 8-point difference here, but for either of these teams to have any type of lead is saying something.
It's massive. It is saying something. All right, everybody. Bubba's Bullies versus CDM. We are back here with trial number 2. Just about to jump into the game right now. And yeah, it's Coal Tower again. That's right, folks. Coal Tower again. And we're seeing a spirit. King Pleb Warrior now off to the gens. Apply some of that pressure. Keep things going. Keep things moving. Definitely want to see a lot of that. Once again, letting the Claudette get away. This is a problem right now for King Pleb Warrior, not able to commit to getting one survivor down. Currently trying to focus down on all for Domo, but at this point it may not be enough. A beautiful play by the survivors here. Now the adrenaline coming in. Holy crap, Asteroid 261 and X-Elite Gamer both getting 2 adrenaline simultaneously. That was so well coordinated. Alfredomo still in chase, the only one remaining who can go down. This is the only chance he has to actually get a kill out of this game, or these survivors are going to take it away. Now body blocking for Alfredomo. Lots of body blocking, just not allowing it. Spirit being really patient, able to get the down just barely, right at the exit gate. Everybody escaping except for Alfredomo, going to be the one who goes out. A similar, very similar ending to the last game we just saw. Holy crap, 34-29 in favor of Bubba's Bullies. They have now come ahead from that 8-point lead, pulling 5 points further ahead, and now a 13-point difference in this game itself. We are here with Bubba's Bullies and CDM. We're going again, and my God, it's so close right now. Bubba's Bullies versus CDM. Bubba's now surviving against a Bubba. Dropping that pallet really early. Smart plays here by the team, playing it extra safe, extra cautious, not taking any risks against CDM. Getting a hit on X-Elite Gamer. Once again, though, getting only an M1. Not able to achieve a chainsaw. I haven't seen the chainsaw come out yet. King Pleb Warrior now closing in on these two survivors that just unhooked. Trying to go again for the Claudette. He definitely needs to secure a kill here very soon. And that is an insta-down. Seems like there might have been a Devour Hope in play here. Getting 2 players down, now going for a slug game. I don't know if we want to comment on what we just saw there, but that was a missed decisive strike. CDM showing big here against Bubba's Bullies as a Bubba. And now we see a 3-man recovery. Adrenaline. 3-man adrenaline. And we see them opening one gate over here on this side of the map and opening the other gate on this side of the map. Getting it down to the wire here, 40-43 as we speak currently. Getting an instant down on Asteroid 621, who got a little bit greedy over there. Second hook for Asteroid 621. And I think they're going to just leave him behind. My goodness. So that is the score after 3, 48-51. It is neck and neck here, folks, going into the 4th trial of the finals. I'm through the roof right now. So the first thing we noticed right away, we should talk about, first thing, is Bubba's Bullies is killing against CDM's survivors. And we see X-Elite Gamer with a Spirit, second Spirit of the day, Spirit being an extremely oppressive, extremely strong killer in the right hands. The question is X-Elite Gamer the right hands for the Spirit? Already getting a first hook before the first gen even pops. losing a little bit of pressure here as the Cybers are able to finally get one generator knocked out of the way. Finding now Freaky JT out in the open, going down right by a tree, not quite able to get to safety. And now we see King Pleb Warrior working on their generator, possibly looking to go for the unhook. Really needs to snowball here. 3 gens left. Needs to start considering how she's going to procure a snowball. But Jeff taking a hit here at the TNL wall jungle gems. Reminder, this is Suffocation Pit, and we see a lot of these walls and jungle gems right in the center. Oh my god, going down right by the pallet. I was just going to talk about the safety of these jungle gems, and then the spirit just completely undoes all of that with her phasing, coming straight through, knocking him right down right by a pallet. And once again, we see them just go outside of the safety, going out to the tree again, getting it down. I don't know if it's some kind of mind game where they're trying to get away from the spirit, but it's just not working. I would just be staying in the safety of the jungle gems, but they just keep leaving the safety and going out to the middle of nowhere and getting downed. Really just playing against them. This is so close and intense, trying to mount a little bit more pressure on that generator. These survivors just showing really strong how they are, and the last generator gets done! Guys, this could be game over with no deaths this game from X-Elite Gamer. Is he going to be able to pull it out? Able to get the down on the ASMR Big Lizzy. ASMR Big Lizzy being the only one on Death Hook. A perfect opportunity for X-Elite Gamer to pull something back. However, the survivors, if they're smart, are going to be working to get out right now. And that's exactly what we see them doing. There is no reason for them to stick around any longer. It's time for them to go and get out as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, it does take 16 seconds to open an exit gate, which means there's just enough time for her to mount a little bit more pressure and maybe even out the score here. Now chasing a Rejuvenated Trip behind the Suffocation Pit, but then leaves it. Going instead for one of the exit gates. One of the exit gates already been opened, the other one now being opened as well. King Pleb Warrior seeing his way out. I think this is going to be it for X-Elite Gamer this season. Only going to be able to secure the 1 kill. It looks like that's going to be it. No matter what she does here, it gets the speed boost. He's going to get out. Yep, that's it. He's able to get out very easily. Quick and swift. Goodbye. All 3 survivors escaping. CDM looks like they're coming out pretty strong ahead in these tallies. Guys, I think this could be it. I think this is it. I think CDM's going to be the one who takes it home tonight. These scores are being tallied right now, and that's just about the end of the story this season, with CDM getting 70 points and X-Elite Gamer 64. Sam, is that the final score?
Yep, that is the final score.
That is the final score, ladies and gentlemen. 70-64, only a 6-point lead with CDM taking it. It was just so close all around this season and this match altogether. It's just... before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Freaky JT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vigo's Court. I'm your Judge Ludrugard. With me today is Counselor Poggy. Today we have an exciting matchup between 2 amazing teams. Let's see what we got on the docket today. Today's Vision rivals are PGS, also known as Pretty Good Squad, versus Death by Pallets. Going into head on. Father Campbell's Chapel. We have 140 square tiles. 8,960 square meters, 6 hooks minimum, 11 hooks maximum. And 1 permanent gen, which I believe is in the center building, is it not? On the realm of Crotus Pen Asylum.
Yeah, Pren.
This map came out with the Clown DLC, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, this is the Clown's map. He center stage, all that. Kate Denson, I think, is the other one. So yeah, this is, and by the way, they're jumping in right now. So really quickly, I'm going to run those rules video. Yeah, these guys are not wasting any time. So, hello everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts.
I didn't even get to see the outfits.
Yeah, me neither. It's okay. Don't worry about it right now. We can do it between games. All right, folks, we're back, and my name is Puggy. I'm going to be your shoutcaster for today, and we're here. We're here, and we're in, and we just now got in, so we're going to be taking a look at these 2 teams. We have Gothergy killing for a pretty good squad. We got some long-haired Casper here. Is this a glitch? This is a glitch, right?
This is a glitch, yes. Not the only one, either.
No, and it actually, it could be a game-breaking glitch, too, because it makes the survivors a little easier to find, I think, but, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But we do have a Legion. Legion being a fairly strong killer. And I believe Gothergy is actually a Legion main. And so he should be fairly strong with Legion. I think we'll see him do some great stuff here. As he starts to use his power to try and catch some of the first survivors he found. Getting that Meg right away. Getting Pogo on top with a nice hit there. And then he's going to try to find these other 2 survivors on the other side who are also working on gens. Trying to catch up with that Zarina. And then able to nail her. Oh, yeah. But, of course, this really doesn't mean a whole lot. He's just getting them all injured, which, you know, is good and all, but doesn't really accomplish a whole lot until he actually starts chasing and getting them down. But this is standard affair early game for Legions. Now, he wasn't able to catch this long-haired survivor here, whoever she is.
Casper.
No, I know that. I just... Actual name? Character name?
Oh,
and a whiff. Oh, he had a chance for a free hit there and completely missed it, and that is a Nia for sure. So thank you for the correction on that. But, you know, he does whiff there and is able to finally secure the hit, but he maybe even could have had it down. And we do see these survivors are really pushing hard on these gens. We can already see this gen is like nearly like 50% or so. That one's being worked on with 2 people. And, yeah, so this is very interesting indeed. Let's take a look at Casper. Yeah, we do see now 3 people on this generator. They're really trying to push hard on it. And he does know they're over here because of Discordance, so we are going to be taking a look at that as he runs after using his power again. I don't know if using his power here was necessarily the right call, but he is doing it anyway. First game of the season for Gothergy, who was an excellent killer in the previous season. The only killer last season to, by the way, get a perfect score, both in the game as 32,000 and a perfect Vigo's court score. Which is actually super fascinating. He's the only one to do it. And maybe we'll see him do it again this season. And maybe he won't be the only one either. And where is he going? Yeah, he's definitely all over the place. Not yet securing a hook. Already 1 generator getting done. But hasn't, again, secured a hook yet. No, he does now get the down on Oh Freakazoid, who kind of seemed to fall right into his knife, which is kind of funny. And he's going to put him on a hook outside. I suppose he was looking for basement inside the building. Sometimes basement spawns in the building, but it seems like it spawned outside in the killer shack this time around. So unfortunate. Now, this building right here is pretty strong. However, if you didn't know, in the update, this building gets even stronger. There's actually breakable walls and stuff in the building in the updated version. And it's, I don't know, it just feels a bit stronger. I'm wondering how that's going to play out for teams on this map. And we do see him finding Casper, the long-haired Nia. Casper now getting hit again. And going to go ahead and mend herself as he goes to find other survivors. Now, I will say one thing. It's been 3 minutes, and we've only seen, or 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and we've only seen one generator pop, which is not insignificant. That is actually a big deal. He is still, even with very little pressure on hooks and downs, not allowing them to finish generators. He does get the hit on Meg as she drops the God Pallet right away, which you could argue was a wasted God Pallet, especially the way she used that flashlight. I don't know if that was ideal, because he literally is just right behind her, and she could have had much more distance than she has had she not made that choice. Tries to fake it, but he goes around and doesn't fall for the fake and does actually knock her down. And that is 2 hooks now for PGS and 1 generator for Death by Pallets, who are desperate to finish another generator. And using Pop Goes the Weasel, going to knock out that generator again. Just not letting them get a whole lot done. Still, only 4 generators left, or a total of 4 generators left. I say only. But this one's about to pop here. 4 generators now down to 3. As he gets ahead on O Freakazoid, that'll tie up the score. With 2 generators and 2 hooks. And we do see him using his power and then stopping his power to complete the chase with O Freakazoid, who is going to go down by the pallet. Unlucky. Is he going to go for the hook? Yes, he is. He does know that they're on that generator over there, but he's not going to go for it. Instead, he's going to go for the hook and apply more pressure, and then maybe go back for that generator that he knows that they're on. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Maybe he wants to pop this one. Nah, he's like, no, let's pop that other generator. He's going to save his pop for that other generator, which is not a bad move, I think. That's actually probably the right play. Now chasing the Meg, not going to commit to chase with the Meg. Meg not being the one he cares that much about, and he's not using his pop. Okay, he does decide to go back to this one, realizing he doesn't want to waste it, so does use his Pop Goes the Weasel here. And let's go back to the survivors. They're doing that little goofy run thing they do on the edges of walls. It's so cute. I don't know why. And then she has the long hair just to compile the cuteness. Nia is such a cute survivor. And she's also
great.
Probably the entity.
Nia is the entity.
Yeah, for sure.
With hair like that, there's no way she can't be.
Oh, Freakazoid. I think they're going to get a confirmed kill on Oh Freakazoid, who has been on this hook for a while. Yeah, that's no good. No bueno. No bueno, team. They were not able to get her down. Unlucky. 2 generators remaining. I mean, I know he camped the area, but they maybe could have done something to get it down, but they kind of gens before friends that one. And unfortunately, we're not able to secure the unhook. Now back in a chase with Zarina. Nia. As we see her vault. Now, these TNL loops are, of course, very 50-50, and she's instead going to opt to go for the pallet, and just, that is not a safe pallet. I probably would have dropped that immediately upon going to it, and then vaulted one side or the other instead of standing there for a moment. But, you know, you do what you got to do. And it didn't work out for her. He's taking her to a faraway hook. I don't know what the reason for this is. Why he's going to this farther hook. Ah, because it's on the hill. That makes sense. He definitely wants to get those kind of like closed-in hooks are a lot harder to get to for the survivors. Much easier to get pressure on them. Platinum Tino taking a hit now. And he's going to go for that Meg as well. Pogo on top, who he knows where she is. Can cancel his power here. He's going to keep using his power to probably catch up with the Meg, I presume. Yeah, that's exactly what he does, and he's going to probably get her down right around the corner. And there is no pallet here anymore. It's already been used. And she vaults right into his knife. Oh, the pain and the struggles. Megan now going to be on 3rd hook, I believe. No, 2nd hook from Meg. Thank you. Thank you, Poggy. You can read hooks. It's okay. These survivors are applying a lot of pressure, but Gothorgy showing his strength as a Legion, which we kind of expected. He is an expert Legion. He is a fantastic killer, one of the previously best killers in the league.
Poggy is showing
Season
3
0.
hooks, but I don't have 3 hooks marked. I only have 2 hooks marked.
Okay. I can't fix it right now, so. But thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only 2 hooks on Megan, who's probably going to die anyway, so GG. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Unfortunately, I think they're probably not going to be able to get that basement unhooked. We'll see how they do, though. But I'm predicting a death. And, oh, Nia, no. Nia, no. She's going to go down right by the tree. She doesn't have any safety here. There's no pallet back here. It is pretty much a dead zone in this back area. And that's going to be GG for Nia. Going to be on second hook. Hopefully it calculates that hook correctly. I apologize for the incorrectly counted hooks. When in doubt, blame Sam. Pogo on top actually did get off the hook. No, don't know me.
This is
the
a
Pogo on
Poggy
top
problem.
she is unhooked and not on third hook. So she's not running around with 3 hooks, just so we're clear. It's a Poggy problem. How frickin' dare you, sir? How dare you? However, that is going to be a first hook for Platinum Sino, who maybe should have considered taking, you know, more hooks for their team, but I guess they do what they do, huh? Survivor's going to be surviving their own way. Now, let's take a look at Gothorgy. He is checking on these generators. They're nowhere near getting completed. He is just holding down the fort now at 2 gens. And we've been at 2 gens for like 6 minutes now. And so I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon. Now, especially with Platinum Sino on the hook, Casper sitting on his gen injured. The survivors probably, and I know he can like just injure them immediately again, but maybe consider resetting for a heal and sneaking around a bit more. Instead of being so blatant and in your face. He does try to back up Mind Game hiding his red light, but it doesn't work. Nia does see him coming. She keeps trying to blind using Deception, which is an interesting choice. However, it does work. Whoa! He fell for the Deception. Gothorgy, showing he is not incapable of making mistakes, does in fact go for the Deception play. And it is enough to stop him as she is able to drop the pallet and get the stun. However, Gothorgy kicking it such that she is out going back to this area and should be able to secure the down here. As he forces her closer and closer to a dead zone. Instead chooses, though, to reset to Megan. Respecting the pallet, trying to be very careful not to get the stun while using his power. Is able to hit Megan, who does some clicky flashlights. And we do see him get the grab on Casper. Very nice play, and that'll be another basement hook for Gothorgy. Yeah, that is GG for them, unfortunately.
Hey, Poggy, up note on the Deception play. The blind actually, I think, worked in their favor because they lost scratch marks and lost sight permanently for a bit. So I think that actually worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah, I think so, too. Hey, Sam, fun fact. I was able to remove that hook by selecting third hook and then unselecting third hook. All right, we see Serena taking a hit, and it's going to be 2 survivors left, going to probably be slugging for that 4K. Which is not a surprising move at all by Gothorgy, as he has done that in the past, slugging for the 4K, doing a fantastic job, getting a ton of hooks and a ton of pressure on these survivors. Stopping them at 2 gens. And we are getting some glitchiness from the game. I don't think it's my computer. I think it's just the game being glitchy. Glitchy audio and stuff. However, that's GG, ladies and gentlemen. Unless Megan has Unbreakable, which I don't think she does. We probably would have seen it by now. That's going to be it. So can we get your feedback, Rue? I want to know what you thought about what you just saw. I mean, you're a Legion main, right? So I mean, you should be up your alley with the conversation on this one.
To a degree, I do play a lot of Legion. He was the, I guess, the second killer that I really played a lot of back when I first started streaming. Because, I mean, if you're farming pubs for blood points, Legion and Doctor do a lot of work. You get a lot of blood points passively from their abilities. But that aside, yeah, Gothurgy made a 4-gen. If you notice them, you got the gen in the center in that building, but you have 3 gens back there. They literally 4-gen themselves. They weren't going to get those last 2 gens done, not with the Legion. You have they have Thanatophobia, you have Pop Goes Weasel. It's a standard Legion build. If you create any kind of 3 to 4 gen against a Legion, I don't see you getting out of that situation unless the Legion just royally screws up. And like you said, Gothurgy is a very experienced Legion. I don't see him following that at all. No, these survivors, if they wanted to have prevented that, they would have had to get that center gen in the building done, and they would have had to split it. But I don't think Gothurgy was going to let them do that. That was very well played. Oh my goodness, 31,400.
Yeah, I mean, that's nuts.
Oh, my word.
Nearly a perfect score, as we talked about. Like, he's very, very good. I mean, that's just, like you said, blood points galore. But, I mean, just hook after hook after hook after hook. It started a little slow, but then he kind of just started snowballing. He, like, fell into his groove, and then just, I mean, that was just it. Like, it was nothing they could do.
Scores right.
Yeah, right. Legion's a build-up killer. He not immediately, like you said, they popped the gem before he even got a hook, but, yeah. Very slow buildup and eventually a snowball. Very well played by Gothurgy.
Let's take a look at this post-game review, and we'll talk a little bit more about this as we proceed. But wait, one more thing really quick. I did want to point out he did have Discordance, which was helping him a lot as well. And we saw Pop Goes the Weasel and Corrupt Intervention, which I think he used them perfectly. So I got nothing to add to that. I just wanted to point out his build. And Thanatophobia, of course, slowing them down. All right, now let's do the post-game review. All right, folks, we've been watching Week 1 matchups today. Division rivals Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets. Going head-to-head, and you're watching Vigo Sport, and this is your trial number 1 post-game breakdown. So, they got 3 total generators completed. Holding the fort down, Gothurgy is not able to let them get out and getting 0 escapes. And, of course, we see him get a total of 10 hooks, which is insane a number of hooks. That's just crazy. Ooh. And then, of course, 4 kills. So, securing that 4K very nicely. With a total 26-7 in favor of Pretty Good Squad, meaning that Pretty Good Squad is currently leading. So congratulations to them on the lead so far. We'll see how they do going into the next game if they can hold that lead against the survivors or against the killer squad from Death by Pallets. So, yeah, let's take a look at some of these clips as we get ready to go into the next game. And why don't you tell us what we're looking at?
One thing to note, too, is that he did bring the, not the Mangled add-on for Legion, but the Broken add-on. So every time he gets a Frenzy hit after that initial hit on the first survivor, every one of those is applying the Broken status effect for 60 seconds. So he really, really did not want survivors to heal this match. Usually Thanatophobia will sometimes incentivize them, like you said, to try and, get a reset against a Legion. Sometimes that is beneficial. But he was not having. He didn't want them to heal under any circumstances. I think that played out pretty well for him. They didn't heal. I think they got maybe 3 or 4 heals that entire game, as opposed to plenty more in a normal matchup. So, no, I like his build. I don't personally use Discordance that often, but in this instance, it worked out really well for him. He used it at least twice to push survivors off a generator while he was in chase, and making sure that because I think Discordance went off early in the game back at that killer shack, and he went back there immediately, dispersed them off that gen, and that gen never got touched again for the rest of the game for the most part. If it got touched, it was immediately regressed. Gothurgy knew what he was doing. He knew what his strat was coming in, I bet, and he just wanted to secure. Maybe he was expecting to hold a 3-gen, but was happy to hold the 4-gen in the end as well.
Right.
I will say also, I love this Nia glitch. This hair is. These are the glitches that I love to see in Dead by Daylight. I need more of these in my life.
I don't know how,
I think
how
Meg
it
had
happens
a similar
or what
one
causes
too.
it, but it's really funny. Yeah, there's a couple of characters that do it, but it is definitely a Nia glitch mostly. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that a lot. To look at.
Looks like she's it almost looks like she's like in a parade and she's got streamers on or something. It's really funny. I don't know. It's
No, I agree. I think it's pretty great. I think Meg had it once with pigtails too, and it looked almost like they were chains hanging off her head into the ground.
yeah. Hey, Sam, by the way,
right there too.
Sam, did you hear my explanation as to how you maybe could reset the images for the hooks? You just kind of reset the hook.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Yep. You can continue analyzing if you'd like.
Chat.
Or we can
that deception play was hot. I have to agree that, like, we talk about all the time, flashlights, you usually bring them against the hag, and then every other time, like, you might get a flashlight kill, like, maybe once a league. Like, I can't imagine you getting it once a match. That's just insane. I wouldn't, as a killer, I would never let a survivor get a flashlight on me in this game. If I do, I'd have to quit.
Right.
But that said, it worked out. Like, using it at the pallet and then them having deception, I've never thought about that combo before. I'm curious if that was intentional. I think it has to be, right? Running deception is not a normal perk, but it's like a, how would you say? It's like an activatable dance with me. Because dance with me, you have to, do some kind of like quick action. But that one, you use it on the fly, and they disappeared. You have no scratch marks for 3 seconds. So you blind them, you deception, no scratch marks. Honestly, the fact that Gothorgy caught up to them after a couple seconds is a miracle to me. I would never have found that survivor after that happened.
I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, and it may be a bug or it may be a bad description, but I'm pretty sure it also hides blood as well for that period of time. I think it's a bug I think the perk is bugged. However, if it's not, if that's actually intended, it means the description of the perk is incorrect because it hides blood and scratch marks, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not know that. That is amazing. Yeah, it just says you will not leave any scratch marks. If it also counts blood, that's amazing. That perk is amazing. I hope they keep that, actually. Because, yeah, I'm about to say, like, the only way you'd find that is blood, and if you don't leave blood, this perk just took on a whole new level for me.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that, because deception is...
Because I'm pretty sure it hides blood, too, for that period of time. I could be wrong, though, but they may have fixed it. It may have been hotfixed. I don't think it was, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're loading in.
Okay.
We need to jump in and look at these rules. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. All right, folks, we are back here again watching Week 1 matchup Division Rivals Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets. Going into trial number 2 here in just a moment as we continue to load in. Now, Rue, you were saying something before we cut you away, but I wanted to give you a chance to finish your thought if you had it. If not, we can just move on, but, you know.
If I had a thought, I forgot it, so I'm ready to watch this game.
Okay, then. So we're just waiting on this to load in for us to watch. It's taking a little bit longer than usual, so I apologize, folks. Maybe it's going to kick us out. I don't know. That's happened a few times. No, it didn't kick us out. Let's hold our tongues because we don't want to jinx it. And we do see a Freddy from Death by Pallets Killer who is just now loaded in as well. And he is using... He is using pallets, so I love it. They're actually sticking to their namesake, Death by Pallets, indeed. Now I understand the name. Now I get it. You know, like I didn't understand it before, but now I do. And he does find one of the survivors, Goth's Princess, getting that first hit right away. And is he going to stick to the chase with her and try to get her down first? Or is he going to try to find someone else? Now, she does probably assume that he has pallets being used. Ooh, and he tries to get the hit, but is not there, unfortunately, for her. Or for him. Trying to get the loop. Is able to get it down. That might have been some nasty ping. We might need to look at that. Sam,
For
what
those
did that
of you who
look
don't
like to
know,
you?
Goth's Princess is Hero Harley Quinn from last season.
Yes, formerly Hero Harley Quinn in previous season. And Sam, that hit back there, that looked like a laggy hit, in my opinion. I don't know what you think.
I didn't see it.
Rue, did you see that one? Anyway, let's review it after, and we'll talk a little bit more about it and see. David now in the chase with, well, actually not in a chase, technically. The entity doesn't think they're in a chase, but I did. I guess I'm smarter than the entity? I don't know. What am I trying to say? He's going to go ahead and channel his dream projection over to this generator, hoping that they're over here, but they're not. There's nobody over here, so it's kind of a waste of time. However, David is over here. He's just not working on the generator. But that's not what he wanted. He wanted to see what generator they're working on. They're working on this one right here inside the building. And so he's going to try to get them down. Fang was going for the pallets, or for the unhook. Is he going to catch up to her? I do believe he does. He does land the hit on her as she works her way across the map to get away from the hook. Going instead for the TNL loop here. Not going to risk going for any pallets. She gets stuck on the mess there. No, that could have been the down right there, but it wasn't. Thank goodness for her. She was able to get away, but then a small vault, medium vault, not going to be enough, and she is going to go down at the TNL loop. They do get the unhook on Goth's Princess, and now she's going to be second hook for Death by Pallets. Goth's Princess working on a totem. And we see Gothergy doing exactly the same thing on his end. Pretty good Fang now on a hook as he is going to teleport. Ooh, and he sees that totem go down right next to him and is probably feeling a little bit upset about that. A little bit butthurt. Going to replace that with a pallet. We haven't seen any of these pallets actually play for him yet. I don't know if we can argue that his pallets are weaker. I personally would say that because I think that his snares are much more consistent in shutting down chases. What do you think of that?
I would
Rue?
agree.
I think, I think his pallets are weaker, personally.
Agreed. You can get call-outs for which one's been popped. And yeah, you're just more wary of pallets once you know you have pallets. Snares, you can't dodge that.
Right. Unless you're not asleep, but that's also true for the pallets as well. Mm-hmm. Pretty good Fang again, running into nothingness. I don't know. She's maybe not fully awake either. She and I kind of in the same boat there, and I was not fully awake. Gothergy getting chased with Goth's Princess. Not Gothergy, sorry. Death by Pallets Killer. They have a weird name that I can't remember all of a sudden. Dreget Face Camp. I got it. That's why I haven't said it yet. I just keep calling him Freddy. Because I can't pronounce that properly. Now at the TNL loop, trying to line up for the chase. Hoping to get the down before she gets the vault. This is a 50-50. Is she going to do it? Oh, and just able to juke out of the way. Very nice play by the Nia. But does ultimately go down right around the corner, and that'll be Goth's Princess' second hook, I do believe. Yep. Ducky Love in the chat says, snares break loops easier. I definitely would have to agree with that assessment.
Mm-hmm.
It's risky, especially against such a strong team, to bring the pallets, which are definitely pretty much objectively weaker. However, once you've lost a lot of the pallets, maybe the survivors will have that snowball potential. And I will just like to point out, we're 5 minutes and 28 seconds into this game, and there's only one gen done. So, I mean, Freddy is putting a lot of pressure on these survivors and preventing these generators from finishing. However, we should also point out Hex Ruin is gone. They've managed to finally get rid of it. And that will probably apply a lot more pressure now to Freddy, as we see David's neck just kind of hanging out. It's just, oh god, I hate the way that looks. It just looks so painful. Now in a chase with Ace, trying to go around Ace, able to juke through him, not even using Dead Hard or anything, just able to just get him to whiff on him. Ninetales, really good play there. Not sure which pallet is real, going to avoid it altogether instead. Trying to duck out of the way. It doesn't work. He gets the hit. You're wearing a bright yellow shirt, my man. Just so you know, you're not exactly a blendette here. Going for the TNL loop because it's safer than worrying about pallets, wondering which ones are real, which ones are not.
Ooh, that's a
Ninetales
strong
going
loop.
back to the window. Yeah, he is looping very effectively, kind of chaining together these windows, which is exactly how you expect strong players to play it. You expect them to kind of chain together like that, and that's exactly what we're seeing. And that'll be 2 gens popping simultaneously. Now we see the pressure and how the turntables. Now getting the hit on Pretty Good Fang, who is working her way towards another TNL loop, perhaps? No? She definitely left the safety of Shaq, but I do think that was for good reason, because she did take the hit there and was trying to just kind of get some distance, which is very good, I think. Now, where did she go? Freddy kind of not committing right now to a specific player. No, okay, he is actually going to stay on Pretty Good Fang. It took him a moment. It seemed like he was not sure where he was going right away, but he is going to do it. And oh no!
Oh, ooh.
Gonna go down at the pallet as it was just sort of pre-swung right before the pallet was dropped. Very nice play there by our good friend Dreggett, Facecamp 7 of Death by Pallets. And second hook for Pretty Good Fang. He definitely wants to think about securing a kill. Maybe getting a confirmed kill on Pretty Good Fang wouldn't be a bad choice for him. Since he doesn't have Ruin anymore, with all the survivors alive, it's going to be very difficult to maintain this pressure for much longer. And we do see that as this generator is about to pop by Ninetales. And the other one as well. How are they doing? Gothergy almost at 99% on his as well. I just don't... I think they're about to get it. I think this is the end of it for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can apply some pressure. Might be able to secure a 1K. Able to get the down on Ace, but I don't think he's going to be able to secure a 3 or 4K or anything like that at this point. And we do see she's now awake, so the pallets that are illusory disappear. Using a balanced landing off the top of the hill to get some extra distance from the killer. And Ninetales going to get a first hook on... And that's going to be perhaps a progressive hook. No, he is not sticking on it. He is going to keep pressuring. He's not going to face camp despite the name, Dreggett Face Camp. And he does take the hit there, but not quite able to land it as it hits right at the edges, but does finally get the hit right around the corner. Also landing another hit on Gothergy. This is interesting because now everybody's injured, and unless they all run to the gate right now all at the same time, this could be a really risky for somebody. I don't know who's going to get the down, but he might get down on somebody. Unless they're really careful. That's 2 escapes. We see Pretty Good Fang working on her door as well. That's 2 gates opened. The only one left is Gothergy. Is he going to get away? Oh, he knows exactly where Hutch is, too. Oh, no.
Wow.
No. A 4-man escape. Like, ladies and gentlemen, a 4-man escape with a hatch escape, 2 gates open. That's nearly a perfect score for these survivors. With all 5 generators done, my goodness. That's going to be a huge lead for Pretty Good Squad. You want to review his build while we revel in that moment?
I was about to say, I guess you could say they're a pretty good squad, huh? That joke's not going to get old. Anyway, so one thing I will say, I do not like pallets on Freddy personally. They're very situational against a good team. They're just going to start throwing every single pallet to see and check if they're real or not. Also, the combination of Noed with Ruin Undying, I don't know if I like that either, because good survivors, like what they did, they cleansed Ruin Undying very, very, very quickly. There's often time, and we saw there, you're not gonna have totems up. They're gonna have cleansed all 5 totems, getting ready for Ruin Undying. No, it's just a dead perk in this build, in my opinion.
Yeah, this to me was very bad. This is a bad selection of perks. The using the pallets and then also Ruin Undying plus Noed, it just didn't work out for him. I mean, it was a good game nonetheless. It was fun to watch for sure, but unfortunately, just didn't work out for him the way he was probably imagining it would in practices.
Scores right now.
This is a somewhat off meta build in my opinion. Usually, if you're bringing the swing chains, you bring the swing chains jump rope for maximum slowdown. And Ruin Undying is fair. Like Ruin Undying is phenomenally fine on Freddy. Personally, I like Pop because it gives me a tempo, but I think Ruin Undying is fine. But yeah, adding in the Noed with Barbecue also makes sense. Trying to figure out every time you get a hook, figure out where they are, teleport to. I just don't like Noed. I think you could have brought Franklin's or any number of things other than that.
All right. Let's do our post-game review really quick, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Time out real quick. We need to take a quick break before we go to the post-game review.
What's going on? Okay, let's take a quick break. We're going to go to intermission for a moment, folks, and we'll be right back. I want to see what this is about. Okay, folks, I'm so sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical issue. We're good now. We're watching Week 1 matchup rivals, division rivals, Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets. Go head to head. We're going to do a quick post-game review for you guys. And yeah, here we go. So this was trial number 2. We saw a total of 5 generators get completed. And a total of 4 escapes by Pretty Good Squad. Really well done by their squad team. Hooks, only 5 hooks. About half the number of hooks you need to call it even, but not really able to secure any kills, though. Getting a total of 0 kills. Pretty Good Squad leading 30-10 against Death by Pallets. Really well done by both teams, though. I mean, it was fun to watch for sure. Pretty Good Squad leading still going into trial number 3. We'll see how they do in the next matchup. So, what do you like? Anything you want to say about what we just witnessed? Because I mean, besides the fact that we had some minor issues, I mean, it wasn't really anything that scared me. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's so close. It didn't feel close, you know, like I was hoping it would. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
In the beginning, it seemed a bit back and forth. Swing chains doing some work, keeping the gens from popping. I think it was around the 3rd hook mark where it started to really shift in the survivor's favor. It felt like they went for the hook, got the 3rd hook, but almost immediately after, I don't think they teleported to... No, they did teleport to a gen, kicked that gen down, because by this point, again, Ruin Undying was already gone, which makes sense. PGS is, I'm pretty sure, notorious for cleansing totems like that, so...
They are, yes.
Brave to bring a totem build against PGS. Maybe it's a bit of a learning curve against some of the more known teams.
Yeah, it was a bad choice, I think, to bring that, because it did. They are very well known in previous season for just always cleansing totems, and that's pretty much exactly what we saw. They just cleansed the shit out of all those totems. And but before getting to the part where it doesn't help Noed at all, but went to a gen, kicked the gen,
I'm pretty sure with barbecue they would have seen someone at that gen, but they didn't stick around to find out where that person went. They went to another gen, but that gen popped before they ever got there because PGS split up on 2 gens, making sure one of them pops. They got one down. They left and didn't have a chase going on, and then they immediately went back and popped that other one. And that's where I feel like that really shifted away, because at that point, I didn't see a 3 gen there to try and hold at the end. The gens were pretty split up. PGS had a pretty good survivor strategy, I would say, going into this, making sure that center building gen gets done so you can try and guarantee a good split.
So I think what we could say maybe is that what we saw was just a series of bad mistakes going into the game, which was like there was a bad mistake in choosing to bring a totem build with Noed and Hex Ruin Undying, because that just got rid of Noed having spawned at all. And then there was the mistake of just not using barbecue and chili effectively. Like, we didn't see him really looking around for auras, and I don't even know if we saw any auras, but I mean, it was just kind of a like it's almost like the build didn't really get used much at all after the first few minutes of the game. It was just gone.
And again, the pallets I don't think is correct for at least for league play. In pubs, it's fun. I love bringing pallets in pubs. It's rewarding and fun, but it really doesn't cut it in league play. You need consistent loop. Yeah, you need consistent loop denial, and you can't get that with pallets. Pallets are situational. Snares are forever. So there's that. It was a really unfortunate. I don't know what Freddy's like their strategy was coming in with Freddy. I don't know what they were trying to like as far as map wise, what they were trying to hold on to, what they were going to let give them to gain pressure, tempo. And yeah, the build did not do them any favors at all. Playing with essentially one perk the entire game. For the first 3 minutes, they had Ruin Undying, but after that, Ruin Undying's gone. Noed was probably cleansed in the meantime. It turns out borderline perkless killers don't survive well in League. So maybe next time they'll if they face PGS again near the end of the season, right? So maybe at that point they might switch up their build in recognition that PGS will just totem hunt for days.
Last game of the season, we'll see them go against each other again.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to see if they'll take their first game into consideration, and plus both teams will be infinitely better than when they first started. Right? That's what League does to you. It puts you to the grinder. You get refined. They make diamonds. But I think if I remember reading chat, they agreed. What's up?
We actually saw that pretty good squad didn't start out this strong in the 0th season is what we're calling it now, and we didn't see that in the 0th season. Pretty good squad was struggling for the first several weeks, and then they just started win after win after win, even against CDM, which was the strongest. They won the championship, CDM did, and they managed to pull out a W against them. So I mean, it was not a minor thing. It was sort of the turning point of the season for pretty good squad. So I mean, they're definitely a contender this season, and we'll see if they're able to pull out several W's. And so far, we're pretty much seeing that. So really well done by them.
I'd like to point out
other teams.
I kind of called it. I said that they were going to come in and keep the momentum they had built from last season, and they very much so. That's exactly what we're seeing. Don't give me that face, motherfucker.
Yeah. Nice input there, Cotton. Okay.
I will say, chat, I think agreed with the sentiment on the totems that PGS is notorious, and yeah, if you come with totems against PGS, fair warning, you know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, I think everybody was in communication with that.
All right, one more time, folks, before game number 3, we're going to be taking a look at these rules, just so everybody who's new here, if you're new here, you know how these games are played. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. All right, folks, we are back here again with the season's division rivals week 1 matchups. Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets going head-to-head today. And we're loading in. Today's map, of course, is Father Campbell's Chapel, for those of you that don't remember. And yeah, that's where we are today. So we're going to be loading in right now for trial number 3. There are 4 trials today, and we'll see another game, another matchup after this. So don't forget, stick around. We'll be back at 10 o'clock after this matchup is over between these two teams to continue with the next matchup against Undying Alliance versus so-and-so, who's, I forgot what the other team was. Somebody remind me. Anyway,
Death by
we
Pallets.
see a Wraith. No, Death by Pallets is playing right now.
We're facing Siphon.
Siphon, that's what it was. See? Okay, so we do see a Wraith who is invisible, but using it... Wait. He's invisible right now, right? So he must have the add-on that lets you hear his terror radius when he's invisible? Oh, boy. Oh,
wait, what?
no. Was that it? No, wait. Is he?
No, it's not that.
Okay, I thought he was invisible and I was hearing a terror radius. I was confused for a moment. I was like, is this guy just a memer? Should it just say memer Facecamp 7 or something? Because anyway, he does see them. We see him seeing all the survivors' auras. Goth Princess taking a hit right at the window. Gothology just cleansing a dull totem. See, yeah, this is the thing. They just tunnel down totems. That's what they do. These guys are just going to be tunneling down them totems. And we see him working, Pretty Good Fang doing the same thing, just working on dull totems. Ninetales working on totem. Goth Princess still in a chase with Dreget, Basecamp 7. Not really looking behind her, but is going to dead hard towards the pallet, dropping it just in time. Able to get the stun as well. Kicking the pallet. And going to continue the chase, possibly. Or, no, he's going to go invisible. We do see his totem go down. Honestly, between these two games, I probably would have considered talking to my team captain to ask them, hey, they just tunnel down totems. What should I do? What should we change the build to? But no, he brought a similar sort of build where he has Hex Ruin now gone. Although I won't tell you the rest of his perks. He did have Hex Ruin, which is gone. And Ninetales now chasing against the Wraith. Trying to stay absolutely still, and it did kind of work. He didn't see him there. Fascinating play by Ninetales. Kind of doing this thing. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but if you land right on a survivor, you can't really see them unless you're expecting them to do that, which is sort of interesting that he didn't catch that. Very well played by Ninetales. Very expert plays, I would say. He is going to leave. Is he invisible still right now? I can't, because he's got the, like you see the halo-y effect, right? Okay. No,
right.
There's no way, right? It must
I think
be
it's a visual glitch on the spectator.
Right. Yeah, now he's invisible. Just waiting to see what happens next as we see Dreget Facecamp kind of roaming around the map aimlessly a little bit. I feel like he's feeling a lot of pressure against this team right now and is not sure what to do. Still not quite in a chase. Generators you just hear around the map, just all of them are at least touched, I think, or most of them are touched. And they just, it seems like the survivors in Pretty Good Squad are doing this sort of strategy where you don't sit necessarily on one gen unless you can. And then if you have to, you just switch to another gen. You don't bother going necessarily right back to it, if that makes sense. He does get the hit on Pretty Good Fang. And is he going to stick to this chase? Probably is. Pretty Good Fang, thank you for looking behind you, at least momentarily, and getting my anxiety off of the record. I appreciate that. And so she is going to... Oh, get stuck on the David! Oh. David, though, going to get in the way. Gothology taking a hit right in the face for Pretty Good Fang to prevent the down. That was very close. And now Goth's Princess in a chase as well. Oh, we get a whiff, though, right outside the pallet. She does drop the pallet. He is now going to kick it, and she's going to have to look for safety elsewhere. Goth Princess again going for safety. We have a very non-committal killer who is finally just now committing to Pretty Good Fang. Gothology going for an insta-heal? It seemed like he insta-healed there. Did I miss that?
I think he had 99'd it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty good Fang now on first hook with 2 generators done. This is going to be a rough Wraith game. Wraith is a tough killer to play with. Maybe just trying to get the tougher killers out of the way early. Ninetales working on his generators. Pretty good Fang now off the hook. Gothorgy again getting in the way. Going to take a hit for Fang as well. And is going to take chase. So he has aggro on the killer. Dead Harding toward the window. Oh, but not able to get it. Just barely edging through with that hit. Very nice play by Dreget Facecamp 7. Who is now going to leave him on the ground. Okay. No, he's going back. All right, good. Good. Let's get him on a hook, and let's make that second hook. Because you're falling behind, my friend. You are falling behind. 3 generators done. 4 generators done. This team applying so much pressure to Death by Pallets Killer. He is feeling this pressure right now. I can almost feel it for him. It is tough. This is tough. Feels bad. Thank you, Wispy. I agree. I feel bad, too.
I don't think there's a 3-gen either.
No, there is not a 3-gen here, I don't think, as well. This is... Ooh. They know how to not 3-gen themselves. Pretty good squad is very good at avoiding that. Gothorgy kind of takes command a lot of the times whenever they're in-game comms. And I've noticed that he will often call out which gens to go to. And so that's probably exactly what we've been seeing is he says, you know, do this gen first, 99 this one, etc., and prevent the 3-gen. Like, that's his entire shtick in comms. And we see Ninetales looping this sort of semi-unsafe building, but is not able to get the killer to commit. So he does lose aggro and is now going to heal himself. Once again, at this point in the match, I just would be committing to whoever. I wouldn't like be worried too much about time because it's pretty much GG if you don't commit to someone. It's pretty much GG anyway at this point with 4 people alive. And now Ninetales fully healed. Like, that's exactly why. Like, if you were to go back to Ninetales now, he's just going to get another hit, and he's going to heal back up again. Like, it's just, you know, you should have committed. IMO. But I understand the pressure, and it's hard to, like, judge that in the moment, so I'm not trying to beat up on him or nothing. It's just how it feels, you know? Pretty good fan.
Oh, no, I think it's very apt.
Yeah. Goth's Princess. Well, I guess they're still just not satisfied. They just want to get more totems out of the way. Like, is there like 6 or 7 totems we can kill just for fun? Gothorgy, not in a chase. No, going for Ninetales instead is able to secure the hit. But again, like I just said, he's not injured anymore. He's already healed himself. Dreget not quite falling for the fake. Interesting choice to fake that. I mean, he was pretty far away, but that's okay. This is a strong building, and again, not going to commit to the chase. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's going to get away from you, my friend. And he's going to go heal again. Let's see if he does exactly that. Goth and Pretty Good Fang, yeah, they finished theirs. We see also Goth's Princess with an adrenaline play. Goth's Princess, who is now no longer in chase either. Oof. Gothorgy going to his gate. Dreget trying desperately to find someone to get on a hook. Only 2 hooks this game. Ninetales injured opening his gate. 99ing it. Gothorgy doing the same with his. And I think this is going to be GG as he's going to open the gate and they're going to get out. Oh my goodness, the pain inside me. The killer inside me feels it so much. Oh, man. Goth's Princess kind of just shuffling around. I think they're wanting to find Hatch and guarantee a extra point for Hatch. I mean, these survivors are no joke. Goth's Princess going to go ahead and take the out. But first, yeah, he finds Hatch again. Gothorgy getting 2 hatches so far this match. That's both Survivor games he's gotten Hatch. And it'll open up right now as he jumps through. And that's going to be GG's. Both gates open. All 4 survivors. Another Hatch. They are just a remarkable team. And showing just how strong they are. How much practice they've probably had. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And I can't even fault the killer that much. Yeah, he's struggling, but I mean, it's not like he's a bad killer. He's just going up against a super squad, SEAL Team 6 over here. Like, these guys are no joke right now. You know, I mean, this is crazy.
No, I agree. I don't know if I have anything to add. This PGS is a top tier team. And in all fairness, I believe they took Wraith because Wraith is, like I said, not one of the stronger killers. And in their situation, I think it was almost a throwaway killer. And you saw they didn't take Ruin Undying. They did take the
scores right.
They did take Pop Goes the Weasel to I guess as a backup because they realized how quickly Ruin Undying was cleansed previously, but I can only speculate to that. I think Barbecue is fine on Wraith. Barbecue is good. I don't know about the add-ons. I think I saw in chat should have gone Windstorm. I think I agree. Windstorm is by far one of the best add-ons you can put on Wraith. It makes you go 20% faster. Putting you in Wraith is already 5.06 during we've tested this out before. And so a 20% boost means you're going an entire full meter per second every time. So you're going 6 meters per second with just the purple add-on. Almost 7 if you do purple and green. No, I think I would have liked to see... All Seeing is fine. I think All Seeing is a good add-on, but I think Windstorm would have been much more appropriate in this situation.
I agree. And real quick, let's take a look at the post-game, and we'll be right back, and we'll continue looking at some of these highlights. All right, folks, we've been watching Week 1 matchups, division rivals, pretty good squad going head-to-head against Death by Pallets, and you're watching Vigo's Court, and this is your post-game review. So we just watched trial number 3, and we saw all 5 generators get done once again, and we also saw a total of 4 escapes occur, which, and one of them was a hatch escape, by the way. Only getting 2 hooks the whole game. That is rough. That is a rough game. With no kills. Unfortunate for Death by Pallets, only securing 5 points that whole game with pretty good squads, 29 to that game. And of course, pretty good squads still leading after trial number 3, going into trial number 4. We're going to see them now killing against Death by Pallets. We'll see how they do next up after this. So we are back now, and yeah, you can continue your ranting. I apologize for interrupting. I just wanted to get us out of there. So
No, it does end up devolving to ranting a bit. Once I start analyzing something, my mind just dribbles on, essentially.
I totally. But I'm the same way.
I'm reading chat. I do agree that the perks probably could. Oh, actually, that play right there. So we joke that Ace has built-in Iron Will because he's probably the single most quiet survivor in the game. But on top of that, he crouched. So not only are you not in the killer's line of sight, but you also are that much quieter. That tech is insane. That tech works so often. I'm impressed to see that actually work in the league too. Also, right there, that was almost a bad moment. They body blocked each other for a solid 1.5 seconds, it looked like, before David finally took the hit for them.
Can I just say, we have never seen a lead this big. Never. 63-point lead.
Yeah,
PGS has missed 8 total points. There's only 8 points. No, I'm sorry, 6 points. There's only 6 points they could have scored that they have not scored.
That's impressive. Good night. But yeah, going back to the build specifically for Wraith there, this build probably could work in pubs, but again, it's League. This is a different ball game entirely. I don't even hate Make Your Choice that much, but I don't think he ever got Make Your Choice to pop here, or at least got it to work. I think I saw one like right here, they're exposed. They never got the down from it. They never were able to capitalize on Make Your Choice. And to be fair, if you see a killer play Make Your Choice, good teams will just hide that survivor for the 60-second period, and then they'll come back into play later. No, just suboptimal build in my opinion for Wraith. Needs Windstorm. I see chat said like save the best for last might be bad or might be good. I don't disagree. Save the best for last could be good. Just not optimal perks. And again, taking Ruin, you took a totem against PGS, and that's no bueno. That was a complete one-sided domination. And again, I think Death by Pallets knew that this game was pretty out of reach at this point, and so they like I said, they took a throwaway killer just to play it out. And I can appreciate that, not backing out of a game, just throwing in a killer, seeing what happens, because at the very worst, you're giving them experience to get used to PGS, which is one of the best teams. So I don't know if I have much to comment on. PGS was just very well coordinated in execution, and like I said, milking every single point they could. They maxed out their score for the most part in most areas, making sure they get hatch every time they can. And no, I'm PGS showing just how powerful they are as a survivor squad. And I believe they're killing next, correct?
Death by Pallets is surviving. Pretty good squad will be killing, yes.
So we get to see their next killer. I believe, if I remember correctly, a friend of mine, Ducky, is going to be killing, but I can't confirm that. I'm curious to see how he does. This is his first time in the league. How many people did PGS pick up for this season? It's mostly the same cast, right?
Yeah,
Ducky's the only new player. Oh,
yeah,
Ducky and Ninetales are the only two players I know of.
It's not a lot, yeah. They have a very small squad, and they keep it that way, and they're very tight-knit. Although, actually, last season they had a lot more people, but it's mostly cycled through people. They didn't actually keep most of them on the consistent roster.
And Ninetales did a really good job, too, so they've definitely acquired some good talent for their team. And I can say that I personally think Ducky is phenomenal, so that's a little bit of bias showing, but we'll see them play killer next. I can't really say much. The PGS just worked. They worked Wraith over, constantly making him dodge chases, switch targets constantly, and I think ultimately the biggest factor besides the build not being optimal for League, he never committed. That you have to commit to a survivor at some point to apply pressure. You can't just keep, hitting someone, running to the next, hitting someone, running to the next. That's not Wraith style. That's Legion or, some other killer. Wraith is sneaky, get close, get that first hit, catch up. Oh, what's up?
This is for me, and I have to apologize to Sam. I've actually completely broken the score sheet. And I'm just seeing that just now. Sam, I'm so sorry about this. We're going to try to get it fixed for you guys for just a moment. I apologize. And we're going to, I think, have to take a quick break.
Take a quick break. Yep.
Yeah. But you can actually keep commentating for a moment, and then just let me know when you like to go to break, Rue.
All right. I'm reading chat just a little bit. Alpha RPG has a good point. He never really got make your choice value because he only got 2 hooks. That is an entirely fair point. Which, again, just shows they probably should have committed to get more out of their build. It was just... It might have been a bit of a culture shock for because Death by Pallets is new to the league, correct? So this could have just been a bit of a culture shock wake up to just how strong some teams they're going to face are. And PGS is just one of 4 to 5 really powerful teams that we're going to see in this league this season. So I think the bar was set, and I'm curious to see how they rise to the occasion. Saying good luck, Ducky. Okay, so Ducky is going to be killing the next one, I do believe. And yeah, I do believe he didn't have mobility for make a choice either. That's also true. Yeah, it was a suboptimal build, and yeah, PGS just ran away with it. That's all I really have. We can catch a break. All right, you got it. I am now a wall of text for Discord. Honestly, a much better look for me, if we're being honest. I mean, wall of text, weird ginger dude. I prefer a wall of text personally. Just saying. Oh goodness. Anyway.
We're done. Okay. Orchid waits for no one. Orchid was
sound
and she said I'm out.
sounds like an ad for something.
Okay, bye then.
Personally.
That was it. She just wanted
Hey, you know what?
When she got it, she
Speaking of ads, did you guys know we got merch? Vigoscourt.tv. You guys should go check it out. Rep your favorite team of the league. I'm definitely gonna go rep my team.
From?
I wait, it's coming from Streamlabs itself? Uh-oh. Weird. Oh man. No, but if you guys didn't hear over the whatever that was, vigoscourt.tv, go check it out. We got some sweet merch. You can either rep Vigo's Court or your favorite team. I'm gonna be repping Undying Alliance because that's my team. I'm sure you guys have a favorite team at this point. I know PGS is really popular. People keep saying PGS go, so they're well loved. Yeah, just check us out, vigoscourt.tv. See if you got something. And it looks like, oh, I'm right. Ducky was going to kill for this game. Oh, I'm excited. I haven't got to see him play in a while. I'm gonna enjoy this. Ducky is a really good killer, so I'm excited to see what he pulls out of the bag of treats for us today. We got who else playing? We got Platinum Cino, Pogo on top, Freakazoid, and I think Busta Gives is the. I don't think they were playing last time, so this might be another survivor that's new to this. New to the roster. And is that a flashlight? Bring another flashlight. Ooh. Saw flashlight work. What was that? Match? No, game 2 of this. With this. That was I believe that was flashlight with deception. Actually, I think it might. No, I think that was the Nia with the long hair that did that one. No, I might be misremembering that. Anyway, besides the point. But yeah, I'm not really sure what Ducky's going to bring out. Yeah. Okay. I think we lost someone. Oh, okay, cool. So, I had something for this. I'm going blank now. Yeah. So Peaches being this far ahead, I can't imagine Ducky's gonna, bring a spirit or some like top tier killer. I'm curious what he's gonna bring. Maybe Trapper? Maybe another Wraith? I don't know. I know that Ducky does have a wide range, so I hope we see something a bit off. Even Plague, because Plague. Yeah.
I was just about to say I predict a Trapper.
Krampus has a special place in my heart.
Now we really did lose someone.
Uh-oh. Well, that's no bueno. Oof. Well, guess we'll just have to wait for them to get back in here. Let me look at chat. There is a lot of support going for Ducky right now. It's constantly, let's go Ducky. I believe in Ducky supremacy. Ducky supremacy? Is this opposed to like Swan supremacy? Like, is it Duck versus Swan? Yeah, there's a lot of Ducky. I have no idea. This is
Poggy, you might be muted. Poggy, you're muted.
Am I?
Oh, Poggy's muted.
We're just having a fuck ton of technical stuff today. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. This is so weird. Like, I haven't had this many technical issues since like mid-season 0. Like, this is bizarre. So sorry, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience today, though. I appreciate it.
Working the kinks out early. It's all good.
Yep. But yeah, there's somebody missing from the group. If we can just check in on that, guys, see who's missing right now.
I think it was Bubba or Bubba Biggs or something like that. I don't know what happened to them, and maybe it's NAT issues coming up again. NAT issues seem to be the bane.
That was happening earlier as well. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to switch one more time to another scene. I apologize for this. It'll just be 1 second. I got to just do one more quick thing since we reset.
No, it just hurts.
Sam is having a headache,
Busta
guys.
Gibbs. There we go.
Not because of me. He's just having a headache. Everybody feel bad for Sam.
It looks like they left again. I think it might be a NAT issue. It says they joined and then it said they immediately left.
They're joining and then leaving. That's not good. That's not good. Might have to get a sub in, guys.
Uh-oh. We got a lot of people talking in chat. What's up, Faxi? How you doing?
Let's go to Paul Guard. Here we go. Paul Guard, we're back.
It's what you guys wanted, right?
Everybody loves the Paul Guard, apparently. And
we got
this is
Pain
also
05, Moly Roly Poly, Fire Wolfman, Faxu, Rain Phase. Welcome in, guys. How's it going? We are trying to get game 4 down. We seem to be having some NAT issues getting the fourth survivor in here, but we should be underway shortly. Just gotta figure out some NAT issues.
Ayo,
We just got $100
donated
donation.
$100 to us.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
Thank you, dude.
No, that is the /me. People can type /me and make something appear like that, like this. Watch.
Oh. Well, get wrecked then. Get out of here.
Yeah. No, that's a common thing people do on my channel too. It's to get attention.
It worked. I got him. It gave him attention. I'm for it.
got him.
Hey, we accept your bribe, though. If you actually want to donate $100, we'll take your bribe for sure. I mean, I'm not going to... The court will take it. All right, I think they're actually all loaded in now. We see Busta Gibbs, Pugu... Okay, I can do this. Pogo on top. There we go. Oh, Freakazoid, Platinum Cino, and for Pretty Good Squad Killing, we do see Ducky Love Heart, which is a cute name, actually, with the little heart. That's so cute. And we see 2 medkits,
oh yeah,
toolbox, and a flashlight. Chef Mitchell only donating $1. He could have put in pretty much any number he wanted and then chooses $1. Very nice.
Modest amount, modest.
I'm actually somewhat new to Twitch, so I didn't even know that was a thing. That's interesting that you can make it look like that. That's really smart.
Yeah, it's a /me. It's so you can type out a sentence and it's formatted slightly differently. I think it's like kind of like me doing an action kind of thing, like role playing or something. It's common on different chat platforms.
See?
Yo,
That's how you're
Vigo's with
supposed
$1
to do it.
million. Vigos knows how to do it. Go ham.
Y'all suck.
That's how you do
Y'all
it.
suck.
That's how you do it. All right, ladies and
all of
gentlemen.
you getting my hopes up for nothing. Y'all suck. Every last one of you.
This will be the last time we look at this before we go in, but we're going to take a look at those rules one more time before trial number 4. Here we go. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a per-core item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Alright, right, folks, we're back here again. My name is Poggy, and we're watching Week 1 matchups. Division rivals, pretty good squad versus Death by Pallets, and you're watching Vigo's Court. And we're about to go in right now. They're loading in as we speak. And as a reminder, this is going to be taking place on, you know it, you guessed it, Father Campbell's Chapel still. And let's go in and let's see what we're doing. And we have a Deathslinger. Hell yes. Love me some Deathslinger. He is a pretty powerful killer. And we see Ducky Loveheart just hopefully going to be showing some of that harpoon love to these survivors as he immediately finds out where some of them are. Was that a missed skill check early on? Probably from letting go. That's one of those things I hate is when you let go of the generator and you just get that instant missed skill check. And it's like, what are you going to do? Like, what can you do? He knows where you are now, damn it. So we see Ducky Love going for the shoot and missing it. This is going to be interesting trying to keep up with what this killer is doing. I haven't actually seen, I don't think, a Deathslinger game yet. I've seen a Huntress game. And as I watch a little Rugard out of the corner of my eyes eating, making me extremely jealous, we see Freakazoid in the chase at the TNL wall, almost getting hit there, but not quite. Freakazoid able to make their escape. As Busta Gibbs working on their generator, Pugo on top, and Platinum Cino all separate on gens, which is the smart way to play this, is just to split up and do gens. As we see Ducky Love trying to get a shot from downstairs, not able to go to do it. He's going to have to go upstairs and actually get the shot, but the survivor's already gone, and Ducky Love's just going to kick the gen and move on for now. Hopefully they're going to be able to secure something. PGS not really desperate for points for sure, but doesn't want to like just let them have an easy game either. Definitely wants to apply pressure and still try to do some damage. As we see him finding one of the survivors, Zarina's juking very nicely, even though he had perfect line of sight, not able to secure the land on the hit with the harpoon. And instead it's going to go around. Oh, finally able to land that. A beautiful shot. Platinum Cino taking the hit, now going for the TNL loop again. Getting a medium vault there and working his way around. And Platinum Cino is going to be left alone. Not going to get a committed chase there. Instead, Ducky Love's going to go ahead and kick the gen and then probably try to continue the chase or find another survivor to mess with. We'll see how he does. Freakazoid getting their gen just almost done. We saw another gen pop as well. The one in the main building also popping. That's going to be possibly 3 gens all at once. Deathslinger committing to the chase. Not quite able to do it, though. 3 generators done. 1 player finally going down. That's going to be a 3 gen out of the way for Death by Pallets. Fantastic survivor squad here. Not letting up pressure on this Deathslinger. And we'd like to thank Lesbian Love for gifting a Tier 1 sub to Vigo's Court. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support. And Platinum Cino running away for some reason. Because the Meg is now in chase and didn't want to take aggro because they're already injured. Instead, going to try to get the Meg to take the aggro. Almost able to secure a hit, but not quite. Shaq is going to be a very difficult one. He is able to get it. Is he going to go for the M1? He does. Pogo on top. Now injured. Everybody injured. Now, one thing about Deathslinger is he can very quickly start a snowball effect. And it can be very devastating. And that might be what we're about to see as Pogo on top going down by the pallet. It's going to be the second person to get hooked. With 2 gens remaining, this is going to be a tight game. Survivors spending the time to heal, resetting themselves as opposed to pressuring the gens too hard. Probably the smart play. Trying to prevent the snowball by making sure they're not all injured. And that is pretty much how you want to do that. We see Ducky Love working his way across the map to get some other survivors. Now getting the hit on Freakazoid. And we heard a generator sound right over here, and he's probably going to go for that as well. Able to get the M1 hit on Busta Gibbs. Very nice plays all around, getting everybody injured again. But as we said, that would have been a snowball had they not healed up. So it's a good thing they made that decision to heal. We see another gen about to pop. These 2 survivors working on it together simultaneously. Oh, not quite close enough, but that would have been it right there. Unfortunately, he was not able to get the hit. Ducky Love struggling to make any headway. Not getting the stun on that, but still able to drop it and get out of the way. Oh, but that's going to be a down on Freakazoid. A beautiful shot by Ducky Love. He can still take it here. I mean, it's going to be tight. It's going to be close. And if they're working on a generator right now, which I think they are over there in that side of the map, those yellow auras, I'm pretty sure they're going to struggle to hold anything on this game. They are deciding to heal up again, which is probably the smart play. Again, Deathslinger can snowball very effectively against Ender Survivors. He does do exactly that, though. He gets a down on Bogo on top, mounting something of a snowball. And instead, now he's going to go for the healthy survivors, not going for a hook. He did see a crow, but not sure where it went. Almost getting the M1 hit on Busta Gibbs, but not quite. Ducky Love going to kick the generator. With Pop Goes the Weasel. Oh, Freakazoid probably going to get unhooked by Zarina. We see Busta Gibbs going back to the generator. Pogo on top, going for the hook now. He's not going to be on Death Hook just yet, which would be exactly what he needs at this moment in time. But what's so interesting about this play right now is that he wasn't able to snowball as much as he was probably hoping. And again, just too far away to get the hit. Kind of miscalculating that distance a couple of times now. Doing a little bit of camping, maybe trying to go for a confirmed kill. Able to get a hit on Busta Gibbs, who is now vaulting the pallet and going across, using that speed boost to get away. Is able to bait out the down, and very nice. Gets the window vault and baits the down. Very, very nice. And that will be second hook for Busta Gibbs. So he's getting a lot of hooks now. I mean, he's not snowballing per se, but he is kind of just back-to-back downs and hits, and it's working out for him. He can still pull out at least a 1 or 2K from this if he plays it right. He has to be very careful, though. Does not want to allow them to pressure that generator too much. You want to use Pop Goes the Weasel as much as you can to keep those generators from getting done. Now, does he have a 3-gen? No, not really. Kind of, sort of-ish. I mean, these generators aren't super far apart, but they're not really close together either. So it is going to be difficult to maintain this pressure, and he doesn't want to relinquish it too much. Maybe he's probably getting too far away from the unhook. Oh, now they're going to possibly be able to completely reset now that he's gotten so far away. Unless he gets it down quickly, this could be a loss of pressure for Ducky Love. We do see them now working on their generator. Not quite able to land the hit on Pogo on top. Platinum Cino working on his gen, so we got survivors now split on gens. And we do see what was, I think, a missed skill check. Oh, able to get the shot, a beautiful shot on Freakazoid, and no, not able to reel him in, unfortunately. But that would have been a down and a second hook on Freakazoid, but it just wasn't quite enough. Very, very close. Is able to get it again. Is he going to reel him in? Trying to get him in. Get the hit. There you go. Freakazoid going down. That's going to be second hook. And my goodness, all the gens now popping, which is kind of what we expected. All the survivors also now healed. Fantastic plays all around. Much, much more even game than we've seen so far today. And we do see them possibly going for the door. We see scratch marks, but we don't know where the survivors are. They're on this door over here, and I think Meg also gave up on that. So they're all going to escape. I think they're going to let Freakazoid die on hook. Yeah, that's probably the smart play, too. Only gives them 1 more point for the... I believe it's only 1 more point for the progression to Death Hook. Not quite sure where Hatch is. Isn't going to get that extra Hatch point, but you know what? Overall, it was a really good game. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to, what's his name? Who was eating in front of me again. Yeah, you. I'm calling you what's your name because I don't want to associate with someone who would just eat on camera while I'm sat here starving.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm also hungry. I love you. I promise. No,
Yeah.
looking at this build, somewhat standard. I personally prefer Save the Best for Last over Sloppy. Just because I feel like, Deathslinger is one of those killers that just snowballs a lot better with Save the Best for Last than most other killers. I think the only other killer that I would say would be similar to that might be what's the name of that? Demogorgon. There we go. Demogorgon also benefits pretty hard for Save the Best for Last. But honestly, the early game, not so great. Missed a lot of shots, but I think it's one of those things where you just have to get into the groove of playing Deathslinger.
Right.
He's fickle. Like I miss shots with him all the time. And as we saw, he warmed up to Deathslinger and he started making those really good trick shots towards the end. It was just unfortunately 3 gens were done already, so it didn't really
Right.
The pressure was already gone. So came back a little bit towards the end.
Lost a lot of that early pressure. Yeah.
As far as add-ons, I'm surprised he didn't also bring the belt. Usually, like, I would argue Deathslinger's best add-ons are strictly just the reload add-ons. All the other ones are just kind of mediocre. You could argue for the one that's an instant down, but that's an iridescent, so we don't have that in the league. Warden's Keys, phenomenal. The other brown add-on being the reload, I think that's the correct choice. Pop Goes the Weasel, makes sense. They're not a totem team, so that makes a lot of sense to me. Corrupt Intervention, we've had our dispute over Corrupt Intervention.
I'm not gonna hate on it.
It didn't end up working out too well this time around, for sure. A lot of chases happened, not a lot of downs, not a lot of pressure made in those first bits. Monitor and Abuse, must have. Deathslinger, must have Monitor and Abuse, in my opinion. It allows you to get so much closer to those survivors and get some really nasty shots. They have no idea you're standing there, and all of a sudden they're just harpooned and being reeled in.
All right. Well, thank you for that post game. We're gonna do one last post game review for you, so you can get an idea of what just happened and where we're at. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we've been watching the Week 1 matchups, Division Rivals Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets. And it was a very interesting matchup. It started off, I thought it would be a little bit closer than it was, honestly, going through it. But we ended up with a total of 5 gens, this one getting done for the Survivor Squad, and escapes 3. So we saw 3 of them escape, only 1 of them dying, and a total of 6 hooks, about half the hooks you need to get a perfect score. So 1 kill only, which isn't bad. I mean, it's not bad. It was pretty even overall in that case. But 13-22 in favor of Death by Pallets in trial number 4. But pretty good squad, definitely. Oh, that's backwards. Hey, what did Poggy do in that? Okay, actually, it would be pretty good squad convicted in murder. I am really dumb today. I am so sorry, everyone. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll get to it. I am so sorry, Sam. He's going to yell at me later, trust me. It's going to be like, Poggy, what were you doing? Oh my God, how could you be so stupid?
No, I'm not. Don't put that on me. I'm not that. I mean, I'll yell at you, don't get me wrong, but that's not something I'm going to yell over.
All right. Rue, do you want to just go ahead and take a look at some of these highlights as we get ready for our cross-examinations?
I'm curious if any of these highlights are going to include the trick shots, because Ducky did have some phenomenal shots that even I might have struggled to make. But again, at the beginning, missing a couple crucial ones that I think if he had landed even half of the ones like that one right there, the open field ones are surprisingly more difficult. In my opinion, you really have to work on faking it. Bring your gun up to the sides, letting it go, letting them make their move. And then as they correct from whatever that move was, then going for your shot. He's not an easy killer. He's got a pretty high skill cap, but once you get mastered with him, he's very difficult to counter. He's a very, very strong killer. Similar to Huntress, but not quite as egregious as far as hitboxes. His spear gun is not a train, so the hitbox is not horrible. But yeah, again, I think this is a killer that you don't probably will see very often in a league match. Partially because of the high skill cap with him, but also because I think people just prefer Huntress over his Deathslinger. I think they just prefer machine gun Huntress slamming hatchets and just slugging, leaving them and such. One thing I will say that Deathslinger does do in the early game, and I think Ducky did this pretty well, is when you do get the shots, you don't have to commit to the person you just reeled in and hit, it applies mending. And it's kind of similar to Legion, where you're wasting their time. You reel them in, get the hit, go find someone else, do the same thing, and kind of juggle them for a little bit, keep them injured, force them to try and do a reset, and then use going for your aggression. Lots of ways to play Deathslinger. He's a fickle killer. I know personally, have to run Save the Best for Last, have to run Monitor and Abuse on him. Otherwise, after that, it's a bit of it's kind of whatever. I know some people run like Retribution Haunted Grounds, and I don't think that is incorrect necessarily.
What
Retribution. What's up?
What about Save the Best for Last? I've heard that's kind of a must on him as well.
Oh, did I not say Save the Best for Last? Did I say Sloppy
Did you?
Butcher? I bet it says Sloppy.
I think you did say Sloppy Butcher, yeah.
Okay, no, I did not mean Sloppy Butcher. I apologize. I mean Save the Best for Last. Save the Best for Last Monitor Abuse, for sure. His alternate hit, allowing him to injure the Obsession without actually committing to that hit, is super strong. And again, with Riddle add-ons, you hit them, immediately shoot after them, or shoot them, reload, go after it. It is really rapid fire hits, really rapid fire downs. That is the way that I prefer to play him when I do play him. I will admit, he's not a killer that I play too often anymore. I've usually tried to concentrate and narrow down on the killers that I'm working with. Maybe one.
We have some interviewees sitting in the lobby with us. We're going to start with Casper first. Casper is from Death by Pallets. Casper, how you doing?
Good. How about y'all? You guys doing good today?
We're doing as well as we could. I got a headache, man. I don't know what the hell. Like, I was fine until we started stream, and now my head is fucking throbbing.
Yeah, no, I'm fully wired. I'm off with 2 monsters, so I'm pretty fucking ready to go. So I was trying to be prepared today, and we snowballed a little bit in the first game, man.
Yeah, so what happened?
Snowballed a little bit. I feel like we did. My teammate Pogo pointed out he feels like we spend a little too much time on healing, but at the same time, I kind of want everybody to be healed, so like it could prevent a snowball. But Gothard G really kept up the good pressure, dude. So you can't really say anything about that. He kept up good pressure.
I don't know if you were around for last season, if you watched last season.
I wasn't. This is my first season, yeah.
Yeah, so Gothard G kind of made a name for himself in the latter half of the season. He went from a middling killer, like, not someone you wanted to fuck around against, but also, not securing 4Ks and such, to out of nowhere, the man just became godly. He's scary. He's actually scary to go against. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, he's a really good killer. I felt like we could have had a better chance if my team would have takes practices a little more seriously. Because honestly, maybe only like 2 to 3 of I'm calling them out a little bit on this. I'm sorry, guys, but like I feel like that if they showed up for practice a little more, we wouldn't have had such a snowball, and it would have been a lot tougher game for both sides. But we live and we learn, and so hopefully next game we pull stronger and fucking.
Well, and it's always hard going into the first game to kind of gauge the talent you're going up against. I know my first competitive game, we were like, yeah, let's just get in there and see what's going on. And our first game
I watched PGS's preseason games, so I actually knew that they were going to be a pretty tough team to go against, and I tried pre-warning my team, but it happens, Yeah, it was a good game. We had fun.
Yeah, they're definitely a team to watch out for sure. I also didn't feel like y'all were a bad team by any means. Y'all did end up with the highest gap in league history. So, but I don't think that score reflects the gameplay that I saw. I just think y'all had a couple of logistical issues. I don't think it was nearly as bad as what the score reflects.
Well, we're still trying to get used to like placements and better solitude and better chemistry as a team, because some of us are like, we weren't playing together long. I think me and Freakazoid are the 2 that have played together the longest. So me and him are kind of on par with each other's play styles and stuff like that. But all of us together as one unit are still trying to get used to one another and still trying to build that chemistry. So hopefully throughout the season we'll get better.
aside from healing, is there something you saw that y'all were doing that y'all probably shouldn't have been doing?
I don't know. Anytime I get down and I see just people standing around, it's like,
Oh yeah, I know that
but
feeling
that's
too.
just me. That's just me. That's just me personally. Because I'm like me as a survivor. I'm always on the go. If I'm not on a gen, I'm on a totem. If I'm not on a totem, I'm running the killer. If I'm not running the killer, I'm getting the. I always try to stay busy in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can see y'all have potential. So I'm looking forward to what 3-4 weeks down the line brings with you guys. Y'all remind me of PGS actually, and what we saw from them in the early season last season. So I'm definitely excited to see what y'all bring. Rugard, is there anything you want to ask? I know you take notes. We can't hear Rugard.
Yep, you're right. I'm muted because I was taking a drink. I apologize. My bad. Specifically in regards to the Legion game, I was surprised at your guys' use of healing. Playing Legion myself, whenever I see people heal, I'm happy. Healing against Legion is my favorite thing because that means you're not doing Gen 3 objectives. So,
at the same time, I didn't want Thana to kill us either. Then be vulnerable on top of the gen for the easy down as well. So there's a potential for a bigger snowball if you don't sometime in between try to regroup yourselves against the Legion. But it is a really tough decision making against Legion players, especially really good Legion players.
Oh yeah, for sure. They'll balance you on the tip of a pen for sure as far as that decision. I was just mostly pointing out because I do see teams heal a lot against Legion, but it's mostly the timing. It's like you said, is it the time to reset, or you do try and commit to the gen? Also, the fact that you guys got 4-gen pretty hard there at the end.
I usually try to tell them work inside out, so prevent that more than likely, because most maps, if you do outside in, you have more of a likely chance to 3-gen yourselves than where they're working inside out. But they'll hopefully get stronger with that. Like I said, we'll hopefully bring it back up in the upcoming games.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys do have some ideas about what you want to practice next, so that is good. That's
so
okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, you're fine. So I think Casper, if you wait around for a second, we'll come back to you. I think we're gonna move on to PGS for a moment. Let's start with the man himself, Gothergy. Gothergy, you there?
I am here, buddy.
Casper, if you can mute your mic, we're getting feedback off of you.
We'll do it right now. My bad.
So Goth, man, that was a phenomenal performance on the killer side. Tell us what you were thinking coming in. I mean, you came in with a Legion, and I happen to know that that's not your strongest killer. So what were you thinking? Why Legion?
I'll be honest, little chip on the shoulder for CDM. They totally broke my Legion. I used to love Legion and play him every day. And he's just a ton of fun to go stab the fuck out of people, right? And I haven't played him since I lost with CDM. My first ever match, I was super nervous, but it totally broke me. I couldn't play him anymore. But Mandy said, a few fucking days ago, she's like, nah, you're gonna play Legion this map. I'm like, fuck. So I just went in pubs, threw this build together, and so, you know what, this fucking works. They're broken. I know how to hurt people. So I just get multiple wounds, 2 at least broken. If you heal, well, I break you again. Thanks for wasting your time. If you don't, Thanatophobia. You don't really have much choice but to play into what I want you to do. I got that hook in the 3-gen by Shaq, and I had no reason to leave. Second state, and I just camped them out till he died.
I'm what I'm really curious about most of all is, like I said to Casper, you were just a mediocre killer to start last season. What do you think changed for you?
My nerves settled the fuck down. That was the biggest one. I couldn't fucking do it. The first game, I was so nervous. I was so shaky. I completely, forgot all my advanced moonwalking and stuff. I just completely forgot it. It's just I turned into a fucking rank 10 bot.
Yeah, I think y'all showed here tonight that y'all are a team to be reckoned with for sure. Just like Sample Text did last night. I'm adding you to the list of matchups that I can't wait to see. There's, I don't know, 15, 20 games this season that are just going to be amazingly close because the talent is just so high. Is there anything that you saw that they did that you think that they should be improving on?
I think the only point they had me worried was the start of the game. I didn't want them to work at Circus immediately because my gens weren't down there. So they made me leave the area I wanted to be in. And the only thing I could really think to keep myself safe was just making sure none of them got behind me. And one of them did, so I ended up having to leave and going back to Shack. I think they just needed to spread out more. I got that start with the 3 inches, and I think from there it was just all downhill. That has taken effect. I've got some people broken. Yeah, it's just... You just gotta separate. Once you know you're playing against a Legion, you want someone at Shack side, you want someone at Circus side, you want probably someone on Church. And y'all just really need to run early. I noticed a few times they did run early, but they need to do it every time. And they need to be on comms. Okay, he's going Circus. So whoever the hell is Circus, go run to the back of the fucking map. And even if I do get you, so what? I'm not getting anyone else.
I'm going to pass this over to Rugard. As a Legion main, I'm sure he has a few questions himself. Rugard? You're muted again.
Yeah, you're muted.
Thank you. I need to stop doing that. Most notably, I guess, was the use of instead of like a mangled add-on or a frenzy duration add-on or anything like that, you were using the broken add-on, and I don't see that very often. It's like you said, you wanted them to play into your strategy, but it's almost like you didn't. Like, I'm curious for the broken status. Did you want them to be injured more often than not? I'm curious what you were trying to lean them towards there.
Okay, this is the dilemma I came to when I was first making this build. The first pub match I played with it, I said, actually, I don't know if I like this because they're not wasting time healing if they're broken, right? They're just smashing gens, isn't it?
Yes.
But if I keep control of my 3/4 gen, it doesn't matter. They're doing gens so slow, and I can frenzy right onto you. I'll speed right up, get up on top of your back, and just cancel. There's not much you can do about it. And I'm very good anti-loop. I know how to do all the moonwalks. I know the mind games, the timings, the fast, medium, slow vaults. I know them all. So I'm very confident I can catch somebody. But yeah, the whole broken thing, Thanatophobia was a must with that. And I didn't feel I needed a chase perk because people are going to be broken all the time. So all I needed was just info. All the time, info. Discordance, thrilling. I want to know where they are at all times. If I've got none of that, frenzy. I don't give a fuck if you're wounded, I'll still frenzy you. I just want info. I want to know where you're at. I had a 3-gen, a guy hooked in a 3-gen, and one guy nearby. I know that 2 of those are probably on a gen somewhere. I had no reason to leave, so I just camped that guy to death. Like, I just wanted info. That's all I wanted, all the time.
Yeah,
and just people to be wounded.
I agree with you. And one of the things that I've said a lot, and I'll say it over and over again, is that I am convinced that this game kind of lives and dies by who has the most info and who capitalizes on it the best. And you did exactly that. So.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I guess
oh, sorry. No, you go ahead.
I was just confirming with the broken status effect. So you were planning from the beginning to try and hold a 3/4 gen, and the fact that you can make them broken means that they're not going to touch those gens until they get a chance to heal, and then you're just going to rinse repeat. Is that what I'm getting?
Exactly, because if they're healed, if you mouse one them, they use the sprint burst to go map wide. They can't do that if they're wounded. So all I did then is anytime I wanted to push them around my 3 or 4 gen, I made sure if I was coming from like the left side of Shack and I know they're in Shack, I'm gonna go deliberately move to the right so they can't move down that right lane down the side of the building. I'm gonna make sure they have to stay. They have absolutely no choice but to stay exactly where I want them. And then I'm gonna throw them on the hook right there.
Okay, so zoning. I get you. I like that.
So, Goth, we're gonna move away from you for a second. We'll come back to you in just a moment. We're gonna move on to someone who was getting loads of support. Ducky, can you? Are you there?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. You have a strong following.
I told everyone, I'm like, get the hell in here. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. Support Vigo, support me. It's gonna be.
Even
How
when you
awesome.
were clearly not winning the game, you had.
I know, I
Go
thought that was
Ducky,
funny.
Go Ducky. It was hilarious.
Yeah, people are too nice.
laughing at
Yeah.
it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking because I talking with you because as Fang said, we didn't see the best out of you, and I'm gonna wait
Yeah,
and
very much
reserve
so.
some of my good questions for when we see a good performance out of you. But I did just want to point out, you had loads of support in the chat, and it was definitely fun to see that.
Yeah, it was hella fun playing too.
And then last but not least, we're going to go on to Pretty Good Thing, who is the captain of Pretty Good Squad. I don't know if there's a connection between those names or not. I can't tell. But Pretty Good Thing, how you doing?
Good. I just want to say it's really cool to look back at how far our team has come since season 0 and to see just how we've gotten used to League and everything. And I also want to shout out Ducky because we decided, Casey actually suggested that we burn a killer that we weren't planning on using this season since we had such a high lead. And Ducky really did not get to showcase what he's capable of doing because he's only played Death Slinger like a couple times ever. So
again, pointing out, y'all started last season 0-4, and you started this season with the highest point differential ever in Vigo's history. And I mean, mind you, we've only had 30 games, so I guess that's not a very long history. But still, in 30 games, this is the first time we've seen a 54-point advantage. Jesus, that's obscene.
Well, Death by Pallets seems like they've got a lot of potential. They're new to League, I think new to competition in general, right? So they're probably where we are or were back when we first formed. Teammates were coming and going. We didn't understand how League worked. Couldn't get practices down, but once they get all that together, I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, same here. Is Rugard, do you have any questions directed at Pretty Good or Pretty Good Squad, as she speaks for Pretty Good Squad as a whole?
Not off the top of my head. Just I think this is the first time I've actually got to see a full performance from you guys, and I got to say, you guys are definitely one of the better teams I've seen in this league so far. And do we face them in the main? I think we face them, don't we? Undying Alliance.
Yeah.
You do face.
Oh, I am dreading this. This is going to be tough. You guys are really good.
I think there's 6 teams in the league that I keep saying are like, man, this is going to be one of the best teams, and there's so many of them that I'm just starting to realize that it's going to be a slugfest to get to championships. CDM has hard road ahead of them to make it to a championship again. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who shines the brightest this season, because it's going to be close, whoever it is.
For sure. The only question, it's not necessarily about the game specifically. I just see it brought up in chat a lot. What's the story behind Ducky supremacy? I don't know where this is coming from.
I'm very widely curious as well.
Oh no, you don't know?
Not a clue.
Oh geez. Okay, I guess we'll have to find out sometime then. But no, I don't have a lot of questions specifically for them. They had solid showing. It's like Pretty Good Fang said. Deathslinger, yeah, I understand just playing a killer you're not going to play often in the main season. I don't see a lot of people playing him in general, so seeing Ducky pick him up was interesting. So I'm curious to see what you guys bring in the future, especially since Legion also wasn't Gothragy's main anymore, or was he your original main, or what do you say? Like, are you gonna try and main him again?
Well, I really want him to get over that
Sorry.
CM bullshit. It's like, no, we need to get your Legion in there and show him what you can do with it. Because I know he's good with Legion. He just got in his head about that stupid match.
I get that.
I
yeah,
used to main
it's
him.
great.
My first ever real main was Wraith. I got into that very juggling play style. I think it was the best thing I ever did was start with him, and then it really helped me with every other killer. And yeah, I got into Legion. I P3'd him before I even played him before, and then I just fucking went in P3 Legion. Obviously, everyone's scared of fucking DCing and stuff. And yeah, I just got into all the juggling you get to do. Just stab that guy, leave him, stab that guy. He's in a position that he's out of position. Oh, fuck him. Let's just cancel and kill him. Like, he's very underrated. I actually really enjoyed him for a long time. A few mindset changes, and I probably could have given CDM a run for their money. It was actually a good map, Rekka's Yard. Pretty close quarters. I made a couple of stupid plays. Some of the plays I couldn't have made a difference about, whether I was in it or not. I just kind of fell out of love with him. I was like, fuck, no, I lost my shit. You're hideous to me. Fuck you.
Well, let's go ahead and get Casper back in here, and let's see if you all have anything to say to each other. I guess there's nothing to say to each other. There's a whole lot of silence going on.
Sorry, I didn't know he was back in.
Casper, that deception play that you made, man, was amazing. I loved seeing you pull that off on Goth, because fuck Goth.
Oh, I want to add that that Ninetales play with the Wraith coming down on top of
The
him.
window? Yes.
Yeah.
That was slick as hell.
That was pretty sexy. I have to admit, that was kind of all right. It was pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah,
And-
Casper's VG's, bud. Your guys' team is it's good, and I can't wait to see what you guys are gonna do. And yeah, that deception play was the main thing that stuck out to me. That was really cool to see.
I don't know that he actually came back, but since we're not seeing him, I am gonna say, is there anything y'all want to say to the stream?
No, you fuckers just stalk me while I play. I'm good.
Oh, we got Casper back. Casper, is there anything you want to say to PGS?
Go fuck yourself.
I guess we still don't have Casper. So, I guess with that, we are going to move along. Yeah, Casper died. We're going to go ahead and move along. We do have another match coming up, and we have to go ahead and get ready for it. Oh,
there he
Casper.
is.
Casper, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. I think you're having some connection issues.
Yeah, it was a connection issue. I had to leave and come back.
Right. So is there anything you want to say to PGS?
No, just really good showing, really good pressure, really good game. We're gonna get stronger. Me and Pogo are probably the two that have been playing this game the longest on the team, and stuff like that. So, but other than we still got a lot to work on. We're working on it. I'm trying to get them ready for anything possible, any possible situation. But you guys capitalize on a lot of different things and really good showing. I was trying to get that middle gen out because I already knew that was the main one that they wanted protected. But yeah.
Well, and is there anything you want to say to the stream?
Just I can't wait to face all the other teams and fucking try to come back in the tournament and change everybody's opinion about Death by Pallets and stuff like that. You know, that this is a strong team. The potential thing is cool, but I'm trying to aim a little higher than that for goals, man.
No, absolutely, I get it. So, thank you guys for coming. We're going to go ahead and move along because we have some rearranging to do. But if everyone would stay tuned, we have another match coming up in exactly 1 hour from now between Undying Alliance and... why am I spacing? Oh, Siphon.
Siphon.
The new guys. Team Siphon. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Rugard and let Rugard close out. Rugard, if you could mention vigoscourt.tv, vigoscourt.tv. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would like to mention
TV.
I would like to mention something too. Something I've been meaning to say for a while and I keep forgetting is thank you to everything that everybody's doing behind the scenes as well. But also we have a pretty good Fang here. She is doing a ton of micromanagement of teams and stats and stuff behind the scenes with us, and I wanted to thank her and shout out to Family of the Fog 2 on Facebook, because if you guys haven't already, you should check it out. It's a great little group of amazing people and a great little community. Rugard, take us out.
All right, guys. Well, that was pretty good squad versus Death by Pallets. Pretty good squad coming out on top. And Yeah, court is adjourned. We will be back in about an hour or so. We got another game coming up, Undying Alliance versus Siphon. We got merch now, vigoscourt.tv. Definitely check it out. Get some merch, rep your favorite team, show
what
off
was that
in chat.
website? I didn't get it.
vigoscourt.tv. 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 Go check it out, guys. We will see you in the next one. Court is adjourned. Thank you for watching.
Oh boy, those glitches today were so interesting, and I hope that doesn't happen in the next one. It's going to be a perfect game next time. No issues at all. So before the first gen even pops, trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky JT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike.